Awetu.
So, my fellow Namibians, if I can just read this thing for now. So, I think it is important that we give historical context as to why we are here today to celebrate this glorious day. As we all know, state machinery was summoned against the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters for its radical stance and posture that it has taken in defending our people. Now, the deregistration of NEFF, we immediately foresaw that we are going to have serious challenges, because immediately we understood that the deregistration was an unlawful, unconstitutional deregistration, and that is why through our lawyers, Kadila Amomo, we had written a letter of demand, demanding that corrupt ECN that is being controlled by its lapdogs in State House and elsewhere to deregister our party. However, they refused our letter of demand, and that is when we noticed that we need to change our tactics and our strategy in order for us to be able to win this particular battle. So we sat down with the leadership, we caucused, and we said to ourselves, what should be the way forward? The leadership, upon caucusing, we then decided that I need to go into what is called political asylum, meaning that I must vacate Namibia Economic Freedom Fighter temporarily while the party continues to battle with the registration process. Because we are all fully aware why NEFF was deregistered. It is one particular individual that is hated by this corrupt government. And as a result of that, one of the other political parties suffered a casualty just so that it can look that it was not NEFF alone that was deregistered. So upon us caucusing and understanding that this state enemy that is ruthless and brutal, we must be able to defeat them by outmaneuvering them, by outsmarting them, and by outthinking them, because they don't have thinking capacity. That is why they constantly use force in whatever means they want to resort to solving issues. So when we realized that these people do not have the thinking capacity, we then fooled them by making sure that I stated that I'll be resigning from the party, and for those of you, I'll challenge you to please bring my resignation letter that I handed in. I just resigned on social media, so if that is the form of resignation, you can clearly see that was supposed to be a red flag. And they don't have that type of thinking capacity, because they are foolish. We are being led by buffooneries. And we then went to go seek political asylum. And we would like to thank the Landless People's Movement for giving us political asylum. That was sort of our exile. So I had to go to exile in order for the people here to continue with the battle. Now, obviously, upon the re-registration, we still knew that we are a threat. And that is why we continued going through, because we knew that an ECN at any given point could still come up with issues to deregister us and things of that sort. Now that our presidential candidate has been submitted, our names for parliament have been submitted, I can now re-emerge back from exile so that we can continue to fight for economic freedom.
Amandla! Amandla! Amandla!
Awetu! Awetu!
So we utilize the Chinese philosophy called the art of war. There is a book that is written by a guy called Sun Tzu. And I want to quote Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu says, appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. That is why NEFF had to appear very weak, despite the fact that we were strong. Now we have re-emerged, and what we are simply asking for the electorate is to do fair justice in order for this political organization to continue existing in our realms. This is the only political organization that is serious to addressing the needs and pressing issues of our people. And that is why we had to outmaneuver, outthink, and outsmart those foolish people who are only used to using force. Unfortunately, Swartbooi and its corrupt government have not yet stopped using their Lubango dungeons methods and their corrupt methods that they used to use in Lusaka and elsewhere when they're in exile. Now they still want to come and continue using those same methods, and that is why you'll see our fighters are constantly being arrested. That is why you'll see we are being deregistered, because we are the only party that is willing to speak truth to power and stand up tooth and nail. Now we want to vividly and clearly state that it was the corrupt government that declared war against us. And we shall bring them the fight, because we are not called Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters for nothing. We are fighters, and we are going to continue fighting, and we are going to ensure that victory is attained, and we are going to ensure that our people achieve economic freedom in our lifetime. Not in our children's lifetime. Not in our children's lifetime. It must be in our lifetime. We will not allow our mission that we have to be prolonged by others. In fact, we were supposed to yesterday make this announcement, because yesterday was the day Thomas Isidore Sankara was assassinated for being an idealist and a pragmatic leader in the African continent. We wanted to make that announcement, but after careful consideration, seeing that we were not yet done with our process at ECN, we decided that we must call it off, and that is why I want all the fighters to stand up so that we can honor the legacy of Thomas Isidore Sankara. So we'll take a minute to just honor his legacy and his life, because we are the revolutionaries that are going to fulfill the legacies and the missions that were started by them. The 1 minute starts now. Thank you. Long live the spirit of Thomas Sankara, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Thomas Sankara, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Adiba Atoibo, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Greenlo Matongo, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Tobias Anyeko, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Peter Zananias Anyemba, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Hendrik Bedboy, long live.
Long live.
Long live the spirit of Mandume Demfayo, long live. Long live. Long live the spirit of King Neale, long live. Long live. Long live the spirit of all revolutionary fighters of Namibia, long live. Long live. Amandla.
Awetu.
Amandla.
Awetu.
That concludes my statement. By now, most of you should know that I'm not a man of many words. I'm a man of few words. So the groundwork now, fighters start. Now it is time for us to intensify our battle. Now it is time for us to fight for true economic and genuine emancipation of our people. Amandla!
Awetu.
Amandla!
Awetu.
Amandla!
Awetu. Awetu. Amantra. Amantra.
Must hold on to the bed.
You can see?
Hold on to the bed. Yeah, very good. Yes.
So now the fighting spirit is back. So we had to retreat. Because if your enemy is powerful, they have AK-47s, they have assault rifles, they have a whole army. You must think smart. And that is what we did. And I'm sure by now where they are shivering in their pants. Some of them by now, they must start wearing nappies because they are going to need nappies. Yes. The fighting is back. The spirit of fighting will never stop. And like I've said, they started the war. We are going to make sure it comes to a logical conclusion. Thank you, fighters.
Amandla!
Awetu.
Amandla!
Awetu.
Awetu.
Mantra.
Awetu. Amandla. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Commissar. Yes, indeed, it has been heard, and indeed we are happy. We welcome you, Commissar. We welcome you. As we move forward, not to keep all of you here, we welcome DP for him to give a press statement. DP.
Amandla.
Await.
Amandla.
Await.
Amandla.
Await.
Amandla.
Await.
government away.
Away.
Away with corrupt government away.
Away.
Woza 27 November, woza.